What'd you think of that? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch on WEFM. Radio Carnivore. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Good to see y'all. Good to see you all. And we're all over here from Kelsey. Interesting show this morning. We'll talk about that while people pile in. In the meantime, my friends, happy Memorial Day. Kind of an oxymoron. It's a somber day. It's a somber day as we remember a lot of people who sacrificed everything. It's a patriotic day. Something that seems to be dying in our country. Love of country. I'm sure there's a lot of things about our country that I don't love. It's mostly caused by the morons and the people who don't love our country. Want to turn it back into and are succeeding, turning it back into a third world country. But as long as some of us older people actually still remember history and reality, we'll still have some patriotism, but it's disappearing too fast. So the saying, Happy Memorial Day, is the greatest oxymoron of all times. It's not a happy day. It's a day of mourning. And more than anything, I mourn the slow erosion of a country that I love and have always loved, and I'm glad I live in. So if nothing else, think about the real history as we know it. Try to shove off the revisionist history that the propaganda is jamming down our kids' throats. Anybody who is an America hater recognize, the damage they're doing, spewing that hate daily, and don't listen to them. And if you have any advice for them is, if you don't love it, leave it, my friend, or join the people that are trying to fix it instead of just demonizing them constantly and complaining about how bad this country is and our health care is so bad and they have better health care in all the other foreign countries and this and that. And if you don't like this country, there are 1,000 videos out there that give you the best 10 countries for American expatriates to live. Get the F out and let us try to recognize and find the things that have made this country great and maybe do more of that and less complaining. Less complaining. And if something to do with diet, is me, George Patton, the American flag, a little morning rant about reality. So, recognize Veterans Day. Take a minute. Take a minute in silence and think about all of those people that sacrificed everything, served their country so that we could be free. I came up in the Vietnam era. I served in the military in the Vietnam era. I saw the homecoming that the Vietnam vets got by all these radical liberal protesters. It was disgusting. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. It's amazing that anybody these days volunteers to serve their country. Not that it's all perfect, but there's not another country in the world that I want to live in, or at least finish my life in. And I hope that the America that I have known and enjoyed survives another 10 or 20 years. I can't do anything to fix it. I can just point this out. So that is a little morning monologue about what the real meaning of today is. It's not all about car races, football games, and sales. And we forget. I don't wave the flag a whole lot, but there it is. So I hope you agree with me. I hope I haven't turned anybody off dramatically. You live in this country, try to find the good things about it. And maybe if you're going to change something, bring back more of what made this country great. And if you really don't like it, nobody's stopping you. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Yes. Okay. So with that being said, we will get back to the normal coffee shop and chat. And my magical bastard coffee cup. Yes, sir. And we have a
Good morning, Mitch. Ready for another magical day?
Only if you're making it magical, you bastard.
Oh, that's great. And WEFM in the morning. Where is it? Hang on a second. I'm not ready.
Let the morning sun shine in.
That's my new little theme.
Yeah! Get your good day started right. WEFM in the morning. Radio WEFM in the morning. WEFM in the morning.
There you have it. My first attempt at AI music. Yes, I did that. I'm so proud. I am so proud of myself. And I used it in the opening, and I'm going to use it continually in that because EFM, eat fatty meat, or the F word of your choice, is the simplicity itself. And I watched Kelsey this morning, and I was just, it's always good to try to uncomplicate this. We make it so damn complicated. Lori was such a good guest and a poor girl. God, I felt so sorry for what she had to go through trying to follow the advice that we're all given as I get angry. I shouldn't. I just, when I hear story after story like that, I did what they told me to, and it ruined my life. It just makes you angry. We've been at this long enough to know the truth. We see the pattern. I've lived the pattern. They've tried to kill me when I was in the hospital. And yet they just keep doing it, and nobody can change it. And those few of us that come on and rant about it, it gets nowhere. Nothing's changed. America's not healthy again. The forces that make money off of the current sick American people control everything. It's not a news story. That's tyranny. There's always been tyranny in the human experience of one form or another. This is, without a doubt, the worst form of tyranny I have ever seen. And it makes me angry to see it. And we rant and we rave. And Kelsey and I seem to be the lone two crusaders for the concept of keep it simple. It's so simple. Don't eat plants if you don't have to. You don't need plants. You need fat and you need animal products. If you just concentrate on eating the fat, the protein will take care of itself. You don't focus on protein, you focus on fat. We keep talking about that and talking about that. Wow. At any rate, we're here. We're here. It's Monday. It's Monday. I'm inside today. I may start mixing in my outside studio, which now works. But I have to set it up early in the morning. And this morning I wanted to pretty well keep it simple. I've been up since before 5. And it's become a routine for me. Make a pot of coffee and drink it if you got it. I don't know if I gave you permission yet, but that's understood. You can always drink it if you got it. And I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be here and good to see you all. I imagine some people are off doing Memorial Day things. I noticed that Kiltz's attendance this morning was down as well. I imagine it's just holiday weekends. Some people have lives. Good for them. Good for them. Well, Mary M., hello, Mitch and the Mitchfits, and YouTube in their infinite wisdom has deleted the few people that checked in yesterday. I saw them here this morning, but they seem to have disappeared. No, they're not in the regular chat, but they're here in this chat. Mary M. was yesterday. Oh, good, I got him. Rough Carnivore from Guam, happy Memorial Day. All right. Don't forget about what it means, but you can be happy. Let's be happy today. Try to be happy today, because we do have a country still to live in, and a world to live in, where we can have good days. Enough said. Enough said. Jerry says, thank you to all veterans yesterday, today, and forever. Thank you, Jerry. That's so true. So true. Sandy Blythe, good morning, Professor. Good morning, Sandy. How are you? How are you? I wonder sometimes if I like the title Professor as opposed to the title Doctor. If I was a doctor and I knew what was being done by my colleagues, I probably would be ashamed to admit it. And that's sad. That's sad. Mike Silly, good morning this morning from Tampa Bay. From Tampa Bay. That's Mike Silly Jr. Brian Dish, good morning, Mitch. Thank you for serving for our freedom. And good morning, all Mitchfits. Well, you're very welcome. It's a long time ago. 4 years of my life. From 1966 to 1970. I was a soldier boy. Wayne Herman, good morning to everyone. Let's all honor those who gave their all for our country. That's the meaning of this holiday. Barry Simon, good morning. Monday morning, Mitch, and all. Hi, Barry. How are you? Good to see you. And Mike Silly Sr., good morning to you. And God, I've burned 15 minutes of the show already, and we're just getting started. Brian Airy, good morning, Mitch, and everyone. Good morning, Lori. How are you this morning? And Rick is down there, and nothing has changed in Rickland. The Black Menace attacks. Tammy Batarch, good morning. Happy Memorial Day to, and I'll insert this, Tammy. Y'all, veterans. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? How are you? And Lizzie's here. Good morning, Lizzie. Retired Rick is here. How you doing? Bill Cook is waving, and Amanda's here. Amanda, good morning. Mitch and everyone from Merle, Wisconsin, # EF Meat. And Mandy, thank you for so much. Manda, thank you so much for spreading the EFM word. Bill Cook attributed to somebody named George. No, that's my invention. I'm going to claim it. I'm not going to copyright it, but the EFM is, and you can interpret it however you want to interpret it. Originally, it didn't mean eat fatty meat. In fact, I do have this. Cover the kids' ears. I have bleeped everything out, but this was the original meaning of EFM.
EFM. You know what that stands for? Eat f***ing meat. That's right, eat f***ing meat. No more of that weak vegan crap. EFM is the way. Eat f***ing meat and get strong.
Is that wrong? Was it wrong of me to play that? I think I tried to make it socially acceptable. But like I said, sometimes that particular word elevates the force behind your message to another level. And it's used in conversation many times to make sure people get that you really mean it. And but I did bleep it out there. And I have it on my mixer, so that button is available to me anytime I want to push it. If I really feel the need to hammer that point home. But we'll be socially polite and say eat fatty meat, because that's the real meaningful advice. And we don't need a lot of advice on carnivore. Just like Lori, I got a kick at the end, and somebody asked her, they started talking about cookbooks. You don't need a cookbook on carnivore. Basically, eat meat. If you want to cook it, keep it as raw as you want to eat it. But, I'm not going to eat raw meat anyway. I like that burned outside. I got another new kitchen toy coming. Well, it's an outdoor toy tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. It's a propane-powered outdoor grill that has it's like a salamander. It's designed, you can use it to flash broil or sear steaks at 1,500 degrees. You cook a steak in minutes. You burn the outside, and the inside is still almost raw. Black and blue. It's the way the best restaurants cook steaks, and they sent me one to try out, and I'm going to make a video about it once I get it hooked up outside, get the propane to it, and I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. Guys like Chafee and Sean Baker all have these kind of gizmos like restaurants have. I had one in my restaurant, too, that will sear anything just in minutes, and wow, I'm looking forward to it. And it's not expensive either, so we'll see. They offered to send me one. I said, yes, sir. I'll take it. I'll make a video about it for you. I'm looking forward to that. Now that I'm physically moving around a lot more, going outside to barbecue, carrying the food and the stuff in and out of the house is getting easy for me again. So hopefully recovering onward and upward. Onward and upward. Yellow Rose is here. Hi, Yellow Rose. Good morning. Good afternoon, Mitch, and everyone. Depends on where you're from. Yellow Rose is from the United Kingdom, I believe. Terry P. in Newfoundland. Good morning, Terry. Happy Memorial Day to you, too. Brian Airy says hi to Rick. Yeah. And Bill Cook's got it. EFFM. There, you could say it that way and include all of the descriptors. But EFM, I get a kick out of starting to see that pop up in other channels' chats. Thank you. It's the first time I've come up with something that hopefully has a chance of catching on. The diet itself, and Kiltz and I talk about this all the time. I say, We talk about amazingly complicated biology, the two of us. We talk about the origins of life. We talk about evolution. We talk about all these things that are going to go over most people's heads, and they have no need to understand them. With the two of us, it's an intense curiosity of the reality of how we got to be the way we are. But that doesn't, you don't need to know that to be a carnivore. And we've got so many carnivore people on YouTube talking about carnivore this and carnivore that, and everybody's looking for something to talk about. So we make it more and more and more complicated. We talk about, and we got all these doctors, and each of these doctors has got their own soapbox. We got Shona O'Hara, who talks about how poisonous visceral fat is. We got Robert Sybus, who talks about, everything complicated, and that you need to hire him to figure it all out for you because it's just so complicated. We got so many people and so many misunderstandings about things like cholesterol, dietary fat, body weight. It's not complicated, but you got to trust somebody, or else you have to take the time to learn all the chemistry and the complications, and most people don't want to do that. They want a program or a plan to follow. And this is the height of simplicity. Few simple rules. Not enough to write a book about without overcomplicating it. People ask me, Mitch, why don't you write a carnivore book? I say to them, well, I could do that, but as it stands right now, I can't figure out what to fill page 2 with. Of course, by the time I get done with page 1, I'll have said everything that needs to be said. Seriously, that's the truth. It would be a 1-page, I ought to write it, a 1-page book, because that's all you need to know to change your life. If you want to know why, now we can start getting complicated. I had to get complicated, and so did Kiltz, before both of us became convinced that it really is just that simple. It's so simple, here it comes, a caveman could do it. Remember that commercial? Oh, wait. A caveman did do it. They didn't need to know all the science. The science at that time hadn't been discovered yet. But it was still the same science. It existed. The chemistry was still working in the same way. The little ATP synthase enzymes in the mitochondria were still spinning away like they had been for hundreds of millions of years. We just weren't aware of it. But somehow they followed the simple rules. And they survived, and we're here. We forget that. We forget that. Everybody saying hi to everybody else, man. It says, happy Memorial Day, everyone. I'll second that. Retired Rick Black Coffee. John Logan. Hi, John. How are you? Have a safe Memorial Day. That's always good advice. I doubt I'm going to leave the house today. I'm going to keep away from the stores and the crowd. That's for sure. That's for sure. And Rough Carnivore from Guam. Good morning, Mitch and everybody. And we have Peter here. Hiya, Peter. How are you? Where you been? Missed you all weekend. I didn't see you. Good morning and happy Memorial Day, everyone. USA. Is that USA or US? Sus. Whatever that means, yes. Robbie Autry, good morning, Robbie. And right on the money, Robbie, how are you? Good morning. Mitch Fitz, let's honor all of those who paid the ultimate price on this Memorial Day. Drink your bean juice if you got it. Yes, sir. Rick chimed right in after that. Quack time. Bill Cook, good morning. People talking to each other. Brendan McIntyre, morning, everyone from Elgin, Illinois. Don't let your meat loaf. Always a reminder of that sage advice. And Chuck in Clearwater, good morning, Super Tune. How are you? How are you? Ironically, who here? Okay, we're talking about technology. Thank you, my friend. That was an awesome intro, Mitch. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I feel that. I don't even watch the news anymore. I get my news from mostly YouTube thumbnails. So who knows? Most of that is probably clickbait too, but I just can't watch it. I can't watch humans behaving like idiots these days. No wonder we all got these strange ideas. Even Lori, I watched Lori. She's been a carnivore for 4 years. And she's bought in. You could tell. She didn't know who to believe. How could she? She took the advice from all the doctors that damn near killed her. She survived that, found carnivore, has gotten healthy, is in the same boat as Lee Kopis, but still is going to be living a far better life, even after her surgery, than she would have lived had she continued to listen to the advice of all the medical community and the plant-based, low-fat, high-sugar crap that they tell you is what you need to eat to be healthy. And that wouldn't be... It would be okay for them to profess that stuff if at the same time they weren't constantly telling you that the one food group that you should be eating for optimal health is going to be killing you, and focusing on your cholesterol. It's a double whammy. The human race doesn't stand a chance. And if we haven't changed it in the last couple of years with all of our ranting and RFK and Make America Healthy, I mean, we haven't changed a friggin' thing in the zeitgeist out there. And just ask any of your friends. Well, I know you said to me that 3 years ago you thought I was killing myself. Do you still believe that now, based on the current advice you're getting from your doctor and the government? You think anything's changed? Nothing has changed. I feel like the last crusader, Kelsey and I, both of us, we got a little brotherhood going on here. Try to inject some sanity and reality and common sense into the current conversation. We don't have a big enough following, neither of us, to do that. Ken Berry's not doing it. He's doing great things. But he's not, I don't know what it is. He's got his thing and he does it. Helps a lot of people. He's trying to change things. I think he's doing everything he can. Same thing with Curry Man, making movies and things like that. Trying, but none of that is changing the advice you get from your doctor. To stay away from meat, lower your cholesterol, take the statins, and eat sugar and plants. I don't know. Hey, Robbie Autry likes the jingle. Oh, that's great. That's great. Everybody's wishing Rick a good day. Yeah, my American flag background. Here you go. That makes you look like George Patton, doesn't it? Remember that scene from the movie Patton where he walks up on the stage with that huge flag behind him? That's the cool thing about all this broadcast software. We can put ourselves wherever we want to put ourselves. I like this particular coffee shop behind me. I think it's a nice setting. If I got rid of this chair without the high back, you'd see my silhouette a little more. I used to have a green cloth that I draped over the back of the chair and made it disappear. But that was a pain in the ass. It was always showing wrinkles and things, and so I did away with that. Wild Raven, how you doing? 5 a.m. Calgary time. Good morning, Mitch and everyone. I don't know what this Lizzie means. I saw that. What is that? Is that some kind of a emoji or something that the computer turns into the word I don't know. StreamYard does that sometimes when it doesn't know how to put up the graphic of a particular emoji. It just spells it out. Sometimes you'll see a thing that says, after somebody's name, if I'm showing the StreamYard version of the chat, instead of the little pictures of the bacon, ham, and it says you'll see bacon, steak, egg. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Who is this? This is Chris Swain from Australia. Greetings, Mitch. You all okay? See, it got a little AU down there. That's Australia. Okay. That's what that is. Australia. UM might be something else. Might be a country thing. Doing great, Chris. I had a great weekend, and we had a good time. We had a great time on Kiltsy's stream yesterday at 10. That's going to become a regular thing. Sunday at 10. If he can't do it one Sunday, I'll do it. But in the meantime, the panel filled up right away. We had a full house, a lot of great people. We had a good time. We actually did talk about carnivore. Again, it's so simple. It's so simple. Sandy loves the flag. U.S. Okay, that's a country thing. I get it. You're right, Peter. Patriotism for America is sadly dying in this country. It is absolutely dying. I try to keep away from religion and politics as much as I can in my channel, even though I have brutally intense views on both of those subjects. I try to keep it out of this. My political views and my sisters are so far opposite that we end up, whenever we talk, in bitter arguments to the point where we hardly talk anymore. Those subjects have broken up families because they're deep-seated ideologies that you're not going to change. Same thing with diet. We're not going to change people who have turned their diet ideology, like vegans, into a political, religious ideology for themselves. You will not change their mind. Any change in anyone's ideology has to come from one of those eureka, epiphany moments where something doesn't make sense to them anymore, and the door opens in their mind where they'll even consider, without rejecting it out of hand, an opposite view from what they've believed for so long. That's why when people try to debate me about the merits of a vegetarian or vegan diet, I will not participate anymore in the debate. It is whack-a-mole. Remember the game Whack-A-Mole? One thing about Whack-A-Mole, you can always be sure. No matter how hard you swing the hammer, no matter how many times you come out on the top of one of those moles that popped up, as soon as you hit it, another one will pop up over there. And that's what a debate with somebody who has a differing ideology and differing beliefs than you will always be. They're equipped with the talking points. It is, you'll never win. Why frustrate yourself? And we're guilty of the same thing. My ideology is carnivore now. There isn't a vegan on planet Earth, no matter what they say, no matter what they might show me, no matter how many phony studies that they can come up with, that could ever change my mind. So I stay out of those debates. And when people are like that, I don't make reaction videos. I don't have as guests and try to make a fool out of them. I just say, you heard me. Have a nice life. If that's what you want to do, don't let me stop you. Don't let the screen door hit you in the ass on the way out. Just go away. May our spheres of life never touch again. Unfortunately, some people you can't get rid of. I'm philosophizing this morning. If you have any questions about the diet or how I do the diet, I'm trying to keep my channel about talking about reality, try to be somewhat entertaining, interactive, because that's always a good thing with the community, because that's the reason we're here. Yes, sir. The friendship. You guys are my circle of friends now. I don't have anybody in my neighborhood that I'm friendly with, not a soul. Not a soul. Jerry Voitis, good morning from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Great visit Saturday. Yes, Mitch, EFM. Jerry, it was anytime, my friend. Anytime. You're always welcome here. We had a great visit. Jerry was very helpful with me. We rearranged some of the furniture out there on my back patio, and he helped me get the table out there. And I did my live stream Sunday with Kiltz's live stream from the studio outside, and it was fun. I had the sound effects, I had the mixer, I had all that stuff. Could smoke a cigar, which is my kind of in-your-face to all the people who are too anal about all these things and have lost the plot when it comes to not only doing the right things for your health, but also having a life on top of it. Doing some of the things that you just enjoy. And there are things that I know are dangerous and things that don't matter that much. So, and I have a lot of company in that. Bill Cook says, could use another cup? Well, I got some cups for sale. I don't have to talk about my merch, and nobody buys it because I don't talk about it. But in the description of the videos, there's a link to the merch store where I got T-shirts and coffee cups and like that one I use. If you should want one, that's where the war, Robbie Autry. Love it or leave it. Absolutely. That's been my philosophy of life for a long time. If something about me you don't like, what's stopping you from ignoring me? You know, why are you here anymore if you don't like me? You want to change me? Too late for that, my friends. Too late for that. I am now 3 weeks into my 80th year on this planet. Too late for the changing. I'm sorry. Too late. You know, everybody says, oh, I'm carnivore, but my 85-year-old father refuses to change. Yeah, most people, by the time they're 85 years old or 90 years old, are pretty well set in their ways. Oh, occasionally some of them might have that epiphany, that aha moment, but I'm sorry. Most of us by this time have made up our minds about all of these things, and we have our ideology pretty well set in place. And even if we're healthy enough, which most of us at this age aren't, to have our brains actually functioning at 100%, clear, cognitive, common sense thinking, the ability to figure things out, solve puzzles, our IQ is still working. No memory loss, no dementia. It's amazing. It is a result of eating fatty meat. Too many of us have proven that to ourselves. And all we can do is basically say, it worked for me. And the older I get, especially having recovered from the stroke, after brain surgery, which is caused by an accident, not ill health, and still having normal blood pressure, normal blood sugar, taking no medications, having no pain, in my 80th year, compared to most other 79 plus year olds, there's got to be a reason for it. A reason for some silly reason that my hair is still dark. How does that happen? Is that just genetics? Maybe it has something to do with it. And that's why I do this. I hold myself out. I say, look, you can believe your eyes. Yeah, I wanted to say that, Mary. Thank you for that, Mitch. Memorial Day is not a happy. It's. You can try to make it a happy day. Nothing wrong with that. There are people. There are people, and Peter tells me, guess who's back? It's John Studd, who's now calling himself John Logan. Okay, all right. But we know who that really is. It's no secret anymore. Okay, took care of that. I'm just not going to put up with that. Thank you, Peter, for pointing it out to me. You can say anything you want about me out there, but you don't come into my house and find fault with me. I just don't tolerate that. I'm sorry. There's many people in our community who think you're cute. I can't stop you from watching. I just don't want to hear from you. I wonder what kind of a human being feels the need to hurt somebody's feelings, to find fault with them. Who the hell did that to you? Who abused you so much and made you so bitter and angry that you need to go in there and try to hurt me? How did that happen to you? I feel so sorry for you, my friend. You're not funny. You're simply not funny. And you're not welcome here. And if you come up with another phony handle, and you can behave yourself, yeah, you're welcome here. And thank you, Peter. Thank you for pointing that out. So I guess we got 2 weeks to wait until he can find another handle. And I'm sorry. I have nothing against you personally. I just don't like the way you behave. Stan. S-T-A-N-S-D-A-M-A-N. Stan's Damon. I have never seen you. How you doing? Question Mitch. Hi. What's your thoughts on eating kangaroo meat instead of beef? I like both meats, but have a preference for roo meat due to its being very lean. Well, I think that's a reason not to eat kangaroo meat. I think I've never tasted kangaroo, and we don't have very much of it in our local Sam's Club. I'm sure in Australia you get it. But for the same reason that I don't eat chicken, or a pork loin, or lean pork, it's just not enough fat. I think the goal that you should have, I know it sounds counterintuitive to all the advice that you've gotten all our lives, because I have, is low fat, low fat, low fat, lean meat, lean meat, lean meat. When you eat meat without fat, you're hurting yourself, not helping yourself. You don't need that much protein. You can get protein poisoning from eating meat with no fat. We need to eat the fat. You're better off eating pork, fatty pork, you know, the fat cuts, the stuff the pork butt, the pork shoulder. Stay away from the loin. Even with beef, the filet mignon is not the healthiest part of the beef. The fatty meat. And you can get cheap cuts of meat, chuck steaks and things like that with plenty of fat in them. You just got to slow cook them. That's my advice. But that's just me. I'm sure room 80 is great. But they had the same thing with ostrich. It was just, they had a big push on ostrich at one point. People were going into business with ostrich farms. That meat was so lean, it was terrible. It's like, why I can't stand turkey breast. Why anybody would go out of their way to eat a turkey breast is beyond me. Is the dry, especially if you take the skin off of it. The only fowl that I eat are chicken thighs anymore because it's probably the fattiest part of the chicken with the skin on it. The more skin, the better. That's where the flavor is. The flavor in meat is always from the fat. The tastiest parts, the tastiest bites of a good ribeye are the parts that have fat where you can chew and that fat liquefies and it's juicy and the flavor is fabulous. Without the fat, lean meat tastes like cardboard to me. The only way I can eat a filet mignon or most lean meats is to douse them with fat or butter or something. Cook them in butter. Same thing with fish. If I do eat fish, it's always fatty fish like salmon or mackerel or anchovies or the little fishies. But lean protein is not anything we need to be going after. And yet, in our society today, protein is the magic word. Protein is now. They're putting protein into candy bars. On the label, Reese's Cups with protein. Protein bars. Protein shakes. They're candy bars and milkshakes. They got you convinced that it's healthy. Eat fat. Eat fat.
EFM. You know what that stands for? Eat f***ing meat. That's right, eat f***ing meat. No more of that weak vegan crap. EFM is the way. Eat f***ing meat and get strong.
Yeah. There you go. Sometimes you got to emphasize it. Fatty meat. Okay. That's a good question, though. Could be a big conversation. I am so far behind in this chat. I am 45 minutes behind over here. I'll never get to all of it. We got a busy day today. 114 people are hanging in here listening to Mitch. Insinuated F-bomb. That's what a bleeped F-bomb is like. It's an insinuation. We're talking about the military, talking about the holidays, trying to get rid of trolls. The same troll keeps coming back. Why? Why, when people aren't welcome somewhere, do they keep trying to come back in? Why? What kind of a human being, what kind of a despicable, horrible human being keeps trying to break into where he's not wanted? My friend, you are not wanted here. I don't want you. Some other carnivore influencers may put up with this. I will not. I'm sorry. Start your own YouTube channel. I'll never go into you. I'll never talk to you. I'll never argue with you. I don't like you. I don't like human beings like you. We are plagued in this country by people who are obnoxious and mean and a pain in the ass. Go away and stay away. All you're proving to everybody here in this community is what an asshole you are. Do you understand that? Now, you're probably laughing because you got a rise out of me. Well, these things need to be said. Humans behaving badly. Too many people tolerate them and try to be nice to them. Rick said he had no troll Saturday. This guy's a plague on the carnivore community, and anybody, Rick, including you, that doesn't ban him for your channel immediately, makes him feel welcome, humors him. You're not doing any of us any favors. Let him go haunt the vegans and leave us alone. I don't know. But I still love him. But I love him. I'm looking for cues here in the chat. I'm up to 728. Okay, there's hope for this yet. I still haven't gone an hour yet this morning. I'm having a good time, though. I like busting on a troll now and then. It feels good. It just feels good. Don't you think? Sometimes just to tell somebody off instead of sitting there and taking it for fear of offending somebody's sensibilities. F your sensibilities, my friends. Behave yourselves. When I come into your chats, I behave myself. I don't have a barking dog in my neighborhood to annoy all the other neighbors. And I'm not happy when the other neighbors' dogs interrupt my peace and quiet every day. But I can't do anything about that. I can't throw the neighbor out. I can't move. But when somebody comes into my home here and starts barking and is annoying, I can throw them out. Question says, Terry, does salting meats prior to cooking or after cooking alter the integrity in any substantial way? Is it just preference based? Well, it's a flavor thing, as far as I'm concerned, and a preservation thing. I mean, look at Kiltsey. He salts the hell out of meat. He dry ages it, and you keep throwing more salt on all the time. Salt is how we used to preserve meats before refrigeration. But for us these days, I think the best advice, Terry, would be salt to taste. That's the most important thing. That is your body's clue to you as to just how much salt you need. We need to have salt. We don't get enough salt. Along with low fat, low cholesterol, there's the low sodium. And it's another fallacy. They just want to keep taking away from us the nutrients we need to live. Because it's a marketing thing and they can charge more. So when you go into Aldi and you go to buy that beef broth in a bone broth in a box, and it has right on the front of it in big letters, no sodium, low sodium. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's just another one of those marketing ploys to make you think it's healthy because that's the story. Salt gives you high blood pressure. You eat cholesterol, it clogs your arteries. You eat fat, that's going to make you fat and clog your arteries. So eat this kale and this spinach. Load yourself full of friggin' oxalates till it's coming out of your eyeballs. And like Lori on Kilts this morning, lose half your internal organs because you're following our, here's a Yiddish word for you, verkackte advice. And yes, that's a real Yiddish word, verkackte. Yeah, verkackte. Means bullshit, is what it means. And it's a good thing that in Yiddish there are no dirty words. They really aren't. Not in the Yiddish language. Nothing is considered a dirty word. These people, when they talked Yiddish, they spoke what was on their mind. And fakakta is one of those words. That's one of my favorite Yiddish words. But don't buy into this crap soda. We were talking about protein. I think that's where we started. Yeah, protein. And, yeah, Terry. I mean, salt. I found to make the tastiest steak for me, I always salt the food before cooking. Most often, I try to dry age it for about a day in the fridge first before I cook it with salt on it. But even if I take it right out of the frozen package and cook it frozen in the air fryer, I will salt it before I cook it. I want the salt to try to get into the meat. That's what the dry aging does, because that makes it much tastier. And I enjoy eating it more when it's salted. And I've learned how much salt to use so that when I do cook it, the salt that's been absorbed. And you can tell after when you take meat out of the fridge, it's usually pretty wet. You have to blot it off. But if you've salted it in the fridge, that salt gets absorbed and retains the moisture in the meat. So the meat feels dry on the outside. It's what I call dry aging. That's the best way. A day or two in the fridge with the salt on it. I don't keep throwing more salt on it like Kelsey does. He evidently needs more salt than I need because he likes to eat his food saltier. That's difference in physiology. But take clues from your body. That's a long answer to that question. I hope it says something. Good morning. Keto Simple. How are you? And everybody's saying good morning. And Peter says, I sprinkle salt on top of my meat. Yeah, I find it when I do it the way I'm doing it, I don't need to add salt afterwards. I very rarely salt my food after it's cooked. When I make bacon and eggs, the bacon is plenty salty. The eggs, I take like one shake of Redmond salt and put it in the eggs before I beat them up. There are people who say better to salt eggs after you cook them. I don't think it makes that much difference. But I hardly ever have a salt shaker when I'm eating my food. I always try to prepare it. And I have always liked salty food. So has my father. In fact, our Russian heritage seems, that was one of the things they said, Russians like salty food. Maybe. Maybe Russians, because of their environment, need more salt. I know that that's just an electrolyte that we would die without. So, guys are talking about going to a meetup somewhere. It was commenting on some of my crazy rants. This is true, Rick. My friends are clueless and laugh when I try to tell them I'm trying to be 100% correct. People are clueless. People are sheep. They buy into everything. They suffer from the eminence, They fall for authority. They fall for people with titles. They think they really know something. They call that eminence-based medicine. Not evidence-based, eminence-based. We're gonna worship and believe the oldest doctor with the longest white coat. They look up to these people. They think there's something special about these people. There's nothing special. Most of them have proven to me they're complete and utter morons and horrible human beings. They won't even open their mind to the possibility that they may be wrong. That's dangerous. This is true. The medical community, Robbie, it's absolutely obvious. They're out of business without sick people. The medical community has grown to such huge numbers. We keep building more and more hospitals and putting more and more people through medical school, teaching them this same crap. All we're teaching them in medical school now is something that a computer can do. Artificial intelligence will outdo a doctor any day at diagnosing something and prescribing the appropriate drug. It's all about prescribing the appropriate drug. They never prescribe a diet. They never prescribe meat. They never tell you to stop eating spinach smoothies. The real cure will put people out of work. We can't have that. Half the country would be unemployed if everybody got healthy. The hell would they do about it? We've worked ourselves to a pickle. Between that and AI putting everybody out of business, I don't see... Kelsey and I yesterday on the phone were talking about robotics and how scary that is these days, and what the future might bring when you spend half of your day running away from some robot dog chasing you with a machine gun because somebody somewhere decided you were a dangerous human being and needed to go away. Shades of the Terminator, folks. It's real. And the window for us to do anything to actually stop it is closing fast. Are we bent on self-destruction in this country in the name of profit? You tell me. You tell me. I'm glad I'm almost 80 and not 20. It's going to reach a point where it can't be fixed. It can't be fixed. I don't watch those robot videos anymore, robotics videos on YouTube anymore. They scare me. I see how evil human beings will use that technology to take over and control, like human beings do now with their armies and their militaries. I don't encourage that stuff, but I can't stop it. I can only hide from it. And that's what we're going to have to do, I guess. RoboCop is not anything that we want. And if anybody thinks that would be a good thing, if I had a way to hide you too from my life, I would click that button immediately. I would click it. Go away. Take your crazy ideas somewhere else. That's why I live alone, because most of the human race now qualifies as something that I want out of my life. Don't want to know you, don't want to deal with you, don't want to listen to you. Go away, do your thing. Do your thing. And if you want to know how I do my thing, I'll be happy to tell you. And it doesn't take a long time. Like I said, if I wrote a book about how to be a carnivore, I would not know how to fill up page 2. Think about that. It would be fun to publish a 400-page book with a hardcover, The Ultimate Carnivore Diet Guide. Everything you ever need to know about the carnivore diet, and have the first page full of text and the rest of the book blank pages. That would be the best carnivore book. You might have a page or two somewhere in there about how to cook a steak, recommendations for and I do that on my channel, the stuff that I use to execute the carnivore diet to make it easy, which you could live without if you had to, because all you really need is one frying pan, one plate, a fork, and a good sharp knife, and you could be a carnivore. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the replay, and I'm gonna watch the replay, and I'm probably gonna laugh at some of these comments. I am in rare form. Okay, update on the knives. Proud American. God, I like that. Proud American. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great. American flag emoji. Patriot. Thank you for that. We appreciate your patriotism. Have you been using our Knife Saga knives? I have, and they're wonderful. Any video in the works? No, not a dedicated video. What am I going to do? Show you how they're holding up great. I used a steak knife last night. They cut. I've carved with them. It takes months to know how well a knife holds up. But I got to tell you, for the money, those things are a great deal, and there's no need to spend any more for a set of knives than that. As long as you can sharpen them if they get dull, but they seem to hold up great. They're very well made. I know knives. I know knife construction. They're quality knives, obviously probably made in China because they're inexpensive, but it isn't everything these days. They're $120, $30 for a whole set of them. They're at that price, they're throwaways, for God's sakes. If they get dull a year or two from now and you don't want to sharpen them, you can't, you get another set. Or just replace the knives that have gotten dull. Most of them you don't use any. The scissors that come with that set are great. The best quality scissors I've ever had. They really, really well built. So yes, those knives are good. And there's a reason why they sell so many of them. They're a big company. They do a lot of business at that price point. $129, $119 for a 15-piece knife set. They got a big assortment of knives. So yeah, I'd recommend them tremendously. Maybe, what do I need to do a video on that? I got them on my Amazon page, which very few people use anymore, and that's okay. I've given up trying to make money at this. A little bit, if I make a little money, fine, but it's not a thrust of mine. The main thrust of mine today is trying to bring common sense so people that can experience the benefits of this lifestyle like I have, and the ability to keep coming on here every morning, and hopefully until I'm 100 years old. And if that doesn't prove my point, nothing else does it. If something bad happens to me and I die in the meantime, well, that shit happens. And we never know why anyway. We never know. We never know why. Liz is here. Good morning. No, that's not Liz. Liz, she's saying Christy is saying hi to Liz. I get the two of you confused a lot, Christy. And if I've ever called you Liz or called Liz Christy, I apologize. You're both very smart women that I admire. So, Christy, how are you? Good to see you this morning. And she's saying hi to Liz, who I haven't seen yet. So, hi to Liz, too. And everybody's saying hi to everybody. And I'm at 9:39. Not too bad. Not too bad. And we're talking about blocking trolls here. Question, Mitch, if you stopped yelling at everyone. Oh, that's the one from John Logan. Yeah, that's our troll in the community. To get off your lawn, they would have you over for a steak. Well, Kurt, if I stopped yelling at everyone in my community to get off my lawn, nobody'd watch me because that's entertainment. Kurt, that's entertainment. Meathead, that's entertainment, John Stud. That's entertainment, John Logan. People like that. It's fun. They want to hear that. I'm a personality. Other than that, nobody would watch me here. They come here for the sense of community. They come here to be with their friends, to talk about their friends. And talk about trolls, Kurt. So, if you want to sit in your basement and just rant about everything or go in and disrupt things, go at it. I'm not going to have you. Stream, the chat that I'm showing now was there before I hid you. And now, if you try to talk to you, they won't show up anymore. But no, Kurt, I know who you are. I love you. You're all right, guy. She's just a pain in the ass. And I just don't deal with pains in the ass. So thanks for that. Thanks for that. And here's another question. Wild Raven, how are you? K3, question, as we age, do we break down the meat and nutrients and absorb them like we used to? Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. your digestive system, if you're healthy, if you have the nutrition and the building materials to make the chemistry work, the chemistry will work. Now, eventually, things are going to die. But you should be able to, as long as you got teeth to chew it, you should be able to eat a great steak as long as, right up until the day that you die, I would guess. Now, I'm still doing okay. My digestion works great. It never worked. I was always bloated and in pain and constipated when I was eating the standard American diet or plants. Even if I didn't eat carbs, I was eating in the form of plants, and fiber was my downfall. I can't eat fiber, and neither can most people. John Kellogg, in his Battle Creek Sanitarium, it was all about fiber. And if you didn't take a big steam and dump at least 5 times a day, according to him, you weren't healthy. If you have any common sense, you would say to yourself, why does our body want to get rid of all this stuff so badly? On carnivore, your bathroom adventures go away pretty much. Isn't that obvious that the body is using what you're eating and not doing everything it can? Are you more interested in feeding this so-called essential gut microbiome? Do you really care about how well-fed those microbes are that cause all these problems for you? Is Kiltz really the only guy in the internet, in this or any other health space, saying you want to have as small or no bacteria in your gut as you can manage? What reaches our colon is only what our body has no use for. That's why when you eat nothing but meat, you're a pure carnivore. You have very little waste. Just ask Lori or Lee Kopis. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? No undigested red meat in the bag. But they all say that we were all running around with 18 pounds of undigested, putrid red meat in our colons. Where did it go if it's not in the bag? It's all bullshit. All of it. I'm at the point right now where I just assume everything coming out of everybody's mouth giving me any advice whatsoever is bullshit. And I wouldn't blame you if you thought I was bullshit too. How do we prove it? I've proven it to myself, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Keep it simple. Who is John Studd? Well, I let the cat out of the bag, and I think I'm right. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Hi, Mitch. What are your thoughts on eating kangaroo meat instead of beef? I'd eat the fatty meat. Is there any part of a kangaroo that's fatty? I would eat the fatty meat. If I didn't, and if you ate the lean meat, and here Peter was exposing John Logan. Okay, that's a problem with YouTube. It's anonymous. It's anonymous. Terry Girl says, I'm slow roasting thick, fatty pork steaks in cast iron. Yeah. Rick eats a lot of pork too. I love pork. Kiltsy also says pork is a very healthy meat. I think it is. You know, well, a pig is such a dirty animal, blah, blah. That has nothing to do with the nutritional value of the animal. Whether it rolls in the dirt or not. Chickens aren't that clean either. Neither are cows, for that matter. It's true, Aaron. Rabbit starvation is protein poisoning, and yes, you can't just eat lean meat. You got to eat the fat. The nutrients are in the fat. If you don't eat fat and you don't eat sugar, you're going to be eating 100% protein, and that's not good for you. You need If they talk about a balanced diet, that's what a balanced diet is. You don't eat the rainbow. You eat 70% fat, the rest protein and maybe some carbs. But the most important number is that fat. It's the fat that triggers the satiety hormones. It's the fat that will keep your gut working correctly. If you eat too much fat, you get runs. If you eat not enough fat, you get constipation. You want the Little Red Riding Hood zone just right. Just right. And that's how you fix it, if everything's working right. Now, if you don't have a gallbladder, you have another consideration. Tammy says, I'm giving up chicken. It does nothing. I don't eat chicken at all anyway, except I like chicken thighs in the air fryer. They're crunchy, they're tasty. Once a week, maybe I'll eat them. Put bacon on anything. That's right, wrap the loin with bacon. Take scallops and wrap a bacon. Everything goes with bacon. Bacon is meat candy. For those of you who need candy, eat bacon. I love bacon. I go through a ton of bacon. It's got a lot of fat. I don't care if it's rendered fat or still on the bacon. I take the rendered fat that's left in the frying pan after I cook the bacon, and I dump my eggs in it and scramble up my eggs, and the eggs absorbs all that fat, and I'm in fat heaven. And yet, I'm eating all that fat. I'm eating all that fat. See? Look at that. Not the shirt, but the absence of a belly. I weigh 140 pounds, and I eat enough fat to choke a horse. Don't tell me that eating fat makes you fat. How could you get me to believe it, that eating fat makes you fat? If I go on one of my binges and decide I got to have blueberries and eat 3 pounds of blueberries, this is honest truth. For the next 3 days, I'm bloated. I've put on 2 or 3 pounds, and it takes me 2 or 3 days to get over. It's the sugar that makes me fat, and that goes along with what we know about biology. The liver turns sugar into fat. That is the mechanism by which the animals survive. That's why bears eat honey. They get fat. They don't eat other bears to get fat. They don't eat, they eat sugar and plants and fruit. And fruit is the worst because it's sweet, and it's addictive because we should be compelled to eat all of it whenever we could have found it. And the one thing that people fail to realize and never think about is that we are cavemen living in this modern world. We are exactly the same physiologically as we were 30,000 years ago when we lived in the caves in Europe. We're descendants of those people. Our genetics are the same. We're living in a candy store and a produce market with people who capitalize on the fact that we don't understand that we still have the same instincts with very few adaptation, very little adaptation. And we're killing ourselves. We're killing ourselves, overindulging the things that our body thinks it needs to survive. So the question, what would a caveman do, which they ask to sell you insurance or whatever it is probably the most relevant question any of us can ask ourselves. And the correct answer is probably trying to figure out what a caveman would do, putting yourself back into that environment where they had to go out and hunt big fat animals. Or else they turned to survival food, which compelled them to eat everything in sight and never allowed them to feel satisfied. And that's where our addictions come from. It's so simple. It's so simple. It makes so much sense. Why doesn't anybody get it? They think we're so advanced now. Yeah, Peter. Maria Emmerich, the protein-sparing modified fast concept, essentially high protein, nearly zero fat with, rapid starvation. Yeah, I would not take any advice. I'm sorry, like Maria, I met her, she's a sweet girl. I would not take any advice from her. I'm sorry. She's a great chef, though. Good cook. I like her cooking advice, but I wouldn't take that kind of advice. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I think it's deadly. This protein-sparing modified fast. First of all, you don't modify a fast. You either fast or you don't fast. There's only one way of fast. There's only one kind of fast, with very few variables. A fast means you don't eat. That's all. If you're eating, you're not fasting. The option are drinking water or not, maybe adding coffee or not, that kind of thing. That's to do with the hydration part of it. But a fast is a fast. We got to stop talking about sardine fast and this fast and that fast and a fat fast, and that's not a fast. A fast is that's a YouTube that's an excuse for a YouTube video. So simple. So simple. Why do we keep trying to find ways to screw it up? To make it so complicated, nobody can keep track of all of it. It's so simple. Like I said, the ultimate how to do a carnivore diet cookbook would be one page. It would be a flyer. That's all you need. Very simple rules that a caveman could follow, if a caveman could have read back then. Abiotri, yes, EFM. EFM. Have I told you, I haven't told you all weekend, that I love you guys. I love you guys. You got a great sense of humor. You make me happy. You give me purpose. I've talked about that many times. That's what keeps me here. You give me purpose. Barry Simon sent me an email. I haven't even been listening. I haven't been paying attention to my phone. Eggman email. The Eggman. Lance. Thank you, Lance. Lance has bought me a cup of coffee. Let me see. Why is my cell phone going so slow? Is the internet indeed slow? There it is. Oh. What happened? I got logged out of my coffee program. Wait a minute. I'll hang in there if you will. I don't care if it's overtime. What the hell's going on here? There it is. Lance bought me 3 coffees today. Thank you, Lance, North Dakota Carnivore. A cup or 2 for our fellow servicemen and women who didn't make it home. All gave some. All gave some. Some gave all. Yeah. Thank you, Lance. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. And I will take a sip of my coffee, because I am a magical bastard. And Barry Simon, what did you send me, Barry? Did you the Eggman?
Eggman, they are the Eggmen. I am the Walrus, Cuckoo Cuckoo. I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen.
I'm going to show you that tomorrow.
Walrus, Cuckoo Cuckoo.
It's another Rick video. That's great. Barry, I'll play that tomorrow. That's great. Because we're getting late today. I like it. I like it. Thank you, Barry. Thank you. And my usual 10 emails from Sam's Club telling me what I can't live without this morning. Oh, these people just spam me to hell. All of them do. Am I going to get through this? Talk about the trolls. Question, Mitch, does covering a tough steak with salt and letting it sit in the fridge for years make it more tender? Robbie? Maybe. I haven't really paid much attention to that, to tell you the truth, whether it actually tenderizes it. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Just dry aging a steak in the fridge. And cooking it rare to raw inside. And I'm looking forward to this new propane-powered grill, high-temp searing station, which should come tomorrow. It's tender. They're tender. But they're good steaks. They're ribeyes, so they're going to be tender. I don't know what it would do to a chuck. I've never found a good way to make a chuck steak taste. I've tried. I've made videos about it. And the only way I found would be slow cook it, which really is overcooking it till it falls apart. I'm sure there's still nutrition in there, contrary to what you hear. Cooked meat is you can still live on cooked meat. Maybe eat a little more of it to make up for the small percentage of nutrients that may have gotten damaged. That's too complicated to worry about. Too complicated. That's the point where I just don't want to deal with that kind of detail. Jerry says, Mitch, how many people will be on chats tomorrow stating they ate a bun today or a handful of chips, perhaps a serving of potato or pasta salad? Well, YOLO, you only live once. Sad, Jerry, but the number of people that will be in the chats admitting that pales in comparison to the number of people who actually did it and are ashamed to admit it. So whatever you do see, multiply by about 20. For a number of reasons. When we go to parties, we all do it even if we don't want to. We do it with our relatives because we don't want to hear our grandmother putting us on a guilt trip. Here, have a piece of pie. Oh, no, Grandma, I don't like that. What's the matter? You don't like my cooking? Okay, Grandma, give me the... I mean, that's just the way these things are. If you don't want to eat the food, you're antisocial now. So, yeah, we all fall for this, and we say, oh, Christ, one time I'll do it. Okay. Carnivore confessions. Yeah. Yeah, that's the advantage of living alone. Don't go to parties and don't have it in the house. You're not hurting anybody's feelings when you don't eat or drink what they're throwing in your face. And they all think they're doing the right thing. They think they're giving you the healthy food. They wouldn't dare give you a steak. God knows that's not good for you. Here, eat this salad, this green smoothie. Oh, that's life. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to navigate through the life. Wow, it's 8:30 already. I got to get going here. I'll be here all day. I guess I make it up for lost time over the weekend. I'm looking for more questions. I'm going to try to get to the end here. 8:12. Okay. I think everybody's getting tired. Down to 105 people. Question from Stan. What is considered a regular bowel movement for someone on a meat diet? In other words, how many times a week? Well, it's all individual. Some of us go once a day. I go once or twice a week. That's it. Never feel bloated. Never, at first I thought I was constipated. I thought there may be something wrong. But no, there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. Barry Simon, your carnivore summation in an email. Thank you, Barry. I'll take a look at that. Thank you very much. We'll have something to talk about tomorrow. Let me see. Caveman. Oh, okay. Perfect. I love it, Barry. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to open with that tomorrow. Yeah, Barry. Barry's my art department, my video producer. Thank you, Barry. I like that. Thank you for the super chat too. Don't get too many of them. Somebody else speaks Yiddish. Rough Carnivore is saying that fat makes you fat is fakakta. Yes, it is. It is fakakta. Are you Jewish in Guam? Oh, we're talking about fatty pork belly is great. Is great. It's great to see you guys having all these conversations. I'm trying to read as much of it as I can and yet not be here all day because it keeps going. It keeps going. Now we're at 111 people. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, what time? 8:25. Hey, coming down the home stretch. Question. Richard Williams. Hi, Richard in Copper Hill. I salute to all my brothers and sisters in arms. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I agree. Me too. Me too. Thank you, Richard. And there was Barry Simon. Your carnivore. Yes, Barry wrote the book. I'll tell you, one-page book. That'd be funny to publish a book with nothing but blank pages. Call them notes. 1 page of instructions and 400 pages of notes, places to put notes. Make a great journal for somebody. In fact, that would be a good thing to publish. My carnivore journal. A book. How to do carnivore and journal. And most of the book will be blank pages for you to record your journal, and the first page will tell you everything you needed to know about doing carnivore. And then you could explore any of the small additions, supplementation, and other things we worry about after you got the basics down pat. I did it. Down to the last one. Everyone have an awesome Memorial Day and a safe one at that. Eat meat. And please remember that those that didn't get to hang up their uniforms for our freedom. I get you. Okay, Brian, thank you so much. Bill Cook says, nap time. Not a bad idea. So my friends, little happy music for you. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. I had a great time today. Trolls and all. Feels good to just rant against society. Rage against the machine. You know what I mean? Much better to let it out than to stew over it and let it build inside of you while you're trying to behave. You're human. We have these emotions for a reason. Allow yourself if you have to. Get frustrated. Be angry at something. Rage once in a while. Beat your chest if you have to. These are all natural ways, natural outlets for stress and frustration, which we all have, and especially in this world. So thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. I had a great time today. I'm maybe outside tomorrow. I'm puffing on a cigar. See how many more people I can piss off. Oh, how's the music coming? There, can everybody say goodbye? You all have mastered the use of the emoji. A picture says 1,000 words. Enjoy the day, says Lewis. Hi, Lewis. How are you? See you tomorrow, says Rick. Yes, sir. Always. See you, everyone, tomorrow, says Chuck. Terry, B, red, white, and blue. Yes. Yes. Bye, everyone, says Lori. Ah, you're all great. You're all great. Well, I'm going to go enjoy the day. I'm going to go outside and watch the replay here, laugh my ass off at myself. Puff on a cigar, have another cup of coffee. I can't tell you to do exactly the same thing, but have a great day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Right here.
Let the morning sun shine in.
Radio. We FM.
Yeah. Get your good day started right. WEFM in the morning. Radio WEFM in the morning. WEFM in the morning.
Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.